Hi everyone, I'm just going to run you through the features of the new Tony TR10900. I'm Brad from Doug McFarlane Limited. We're the New Zealand importer of Antonio Carraro tractors and I'm the product support manager. The new Tony TR10900 comes with the 100 horse Kubota common rail engine fitted with a DPF diesel particulate filter. The DPF system makes the engine run extremely clean and really good for the environment. The common rail also has extremely good fuel efficiency and is extremely quiet. Today I'm going to give you a walk around of the new Tony model. It's a completely new tractor and would like to go into detail of the dash and the operation of the new transmission and driveline so that you, the customer, can benefit from these. So starting the tractor, you're going to need there are some safety devices in place so you can't start it without you sitting on the seat or pushing the clutch in. There's also a lockout so that your direction on the shuttle lever has to be in neutral. So clutch depressed, shuttle in neutral, sitting on the seat. The tractor tells everything's in place and tells you that it's ready to start. As you see on the screen here, you have a P. That's telling you the tractor's in park. The new Tony has a hydraulic park brake that always comes on if the tractor is stopped. And the other symbol here we have is a temperature symbol. That's telling us the tractor's not up to temp, so some features aren't enabled. For example, the tractor won't rev to max RPM. So now we want to move forward with the tractor or go in a direction. We can still see the park symbols on the dash. But all we need to do is simply push this park button down the bottom left here of the console. Select the direction and depress the throttle pedal. And you'll see our speed coming up. On the main display here we'll see on the top left there an arrow that's indicating which direction you're heading, so we can go to neutral or reverse. The top centre there is the clock, top right's the gear range we're in, so that's first gear. We can go up to second gear and right up to fourth from stationary. Next one down we have the engine temp, ground speed. The A stands for automotive mode. This is crucial when you want to select cruise control or rev recall. If it's still in automotive mode, the tractor won't recall speed or these functions won't be active. Just to get it out of automotive mode, all you need to do is simply bring the revs up above 1000 RPM and that A turns into M for manual, and then all the functions are enabled. The bottom right, as you see here, is your throttle settings, so you can have different ways the throttle acts or advances. So right up the top you can have, so I just changed to 3 bars there, that's quite an aggressive sort of takeoff. So you have 3 settings there. Obviously the lower one's quite a real soft, gentle takeoff, and one of them plateaus out. Right at the bottom there we have RPM, so when your PTO's running that'll give you a PTO speed. The buttons on the top of the console here, so R is your recall speed button, C is your cruise control set, so if you're going along you can actually fix the set speed just by holding that button. Up here you have the throttle response button, which I talked about earlier. J is to transfer your controls for your shuttle to your joystick if you have one. Over here with this lock symbol is your combined, single or combined. So this, when you're using cruise control, will either just have a fixed speed with a set RPM, which you've done on the hand throttle, or if you have it in combined, it'll have your set RPM, which you set in the dash, and your set speed, and it's just a matter of touching the recall button and the machine will ramp up to your desired speed or your set speed and your set RPM. Over here we have, this is where we set our RPM, so you can, if you have on your hand throttle, you'll set it up for what you want. You can actually just hold it down and it will lock or fix the RPM and remember that, or else you can do it inside the dash as well as your speed, but we'll go into that later on. Over here we have a plus and minus, so this is where you select your speed range, so you have 4 to go through. You can actually do this on the fly if you like, so if you're cruising along and you want to go up a range, providing the tractor allows it, that the pressures are correct in the transmission, it'll allow you to change in motion, which is shift in motion, so you can touch it. And as you see on the dash here, you'll see the 1, 2, so it's flashing 2, so it means it hasn't actually gone in because the conditions aren't right. But once the tractor's slightly taken off load, it will select into that, which is a shift in motion. Yellow, the top yellow button here is your PTO, so starting of the PTO. Next one down is your DPF, so this symbol here is your DPF. So this is when it does the burn off in the exhaust system. The tractor generally will do the burn off if it's above a set RPM and the tractor's working, which generally that they are all the time. But if for some reason the tractor can't do its burn off, it'll indicate on the dash that you need to do it, and you'll need to push this button here to start it, and you can also stop it if you push it up. Next one down is your diff locks, like the earlier models, so you can lock the rear diff or all 4 diffs. Over here is your forward drive switch. So Carraros are always in forward drive, so you actually have to push it forward and a light will come on the dash indicating that it's out of forward drive. So this top switch here is a beacon, flashing beacon. This yellow one is a new feature they brought in, a safety feature. So if you have your PTO running and need to get off the seat for some reason, you need to push this button. They have a safety feature where if you did for some reason fell off the seat, the PTO will stop. So you have to hold the button down and a light will come up on the dash indicating that it's active. Next one's down is your hazard lights, and here's your crucial, so your park. So this is your new park brake effectively, so before you move off you just need to push this in. It's just a toggle and you're away, and the light will go off the dash. So the other buttons that are actually on the cluster, so on the left hand side you have an up and a down. This side you have OK, and this one here gets you into your menu, so where you set up everything. It's quite nice. And simply push OK. So on the left you can scroll through of what icon you want to open. So the first icon is a gear. This is where you set your cruise control. So at the moment it's set for 4 kilometers an hour. You can simply go up every 0.1 of a k. So, and to go backwards you just push this menu button. Next one in is your RPM set. So generally people are going to set this up of what your true 540 PTO speed is. So you can simply just go up and down there. Wait, okay. Over here is IntelliFix. So you simply turn that on or off. So when it's on, and over here is the percentage. so that can go up to 30%. So this is a real neat feature the Tony model has. So if your PTO is demanding 10%, or say the engine drops down 10% because the PTO is loading up, or the tractor's loading up, what it will do to provide constant torque at the PTO will actually bring the drive, so your ground speed, right back, so that it keeps constant torque at the PTO. So that's just come out now, it's just timed out of there, but it's simply you can go in and flick through it and go up to right up to 30%. So the 10% is that it will drop 10% and then react to the load, so it'll bring the speed back at 10%, and at 30% it'll be effectively a longer time period before it brings the drive speed back. Over here we have an error code, so if some reason there's a fault, it'll come up with an error code there. Over here is so when the next service is due. Stats, so you have live data effectively, which is quite nice. Over here is the tractor's identification numbers, so serial numbers, engine numbers, hydrostatic unit numbers. In this icon we have so your units, so stay at kilometers. That's quite neat. So if you, for some reason, you change the wheels, you can set up the wheel size and make sure your speedo is correct, so your rolling circumference. And here you have a fast reverse, self-explanatory. And here is your clock. Over here is quite a cool feature. So you can turn this on. So this is what it's doing, is opening up an accumulator and giving you Uniflex suspension, which transfers the weight of the implement onto the rear wheels, improving traction and balance of the tractor. You simply push up to charge the accumulator and the number will rise. So the higher the number, the heavier the implement and the more weight you'd want to transfer onto the wheels. So now I'm just going to go over, I reckon, is the crucial setup of this tractor, and once it's set up in the dash, it'll make operating so easy. So before I showed you where we go into the dash and you set your speed and your RPM. So that's set at 4 kilometers an hour. So this is crucial to remember, is that to activate any of your cruise controls for your rev recall, it's crucial that the throttle is out of automotive mode. So automotive mode is, it'll combine the revs and speed proportional. So we're in automotive mode now. The tractor's speeding up and also revving up together. So that's automotive mode, but when it's in manual mode, which is just above 1000 RPM, the RPM is fixed to what you've indicated on the hand throttle. So you can drive forward and the RPMs will keep the same, but the speed will vary how much you ask for on the top pedal. So then to set up, if you just wanted to recall your speed with your set RPM, So if you set it up at 1500, and we're already programmed it into the dash, and we want to bring the tractor up to our set 4 kilometers, simply push recall and touch the throttle. Oh, sorry, select the direction, push recall and touch the throttle. And the tractor's going to go up to your 4 kilometers. It's come up showing that it is ready to go into cruise control, and I just touch the foot throttle once and it will ramp up to your 4Ks at your set RPM on the hand throttle. And to deactivate anything, just push R, and that'll bring the speed back, and then we can drop the revs in the hand throttle. See the lights on the dash here. Just another thing is that so that's indicating it's out or forward drive. See the disengagement between the front and the rear differentials. So there it's in. So now we'll go into the RPM recall. So if you just want to have your RPM set and then vary the speed, so we're not using cruise control, we've already set our RPM inside the dash, and it's just a matter of pushing the RPM button. Select the direction, make sure you're in manual, and touch the RPM button. So there it's up to our 2,270, and simply to deactivate it. So then we can drive the tractor independent. Drop straight back down. So now we're just going to start the PTO. Simply push the switch in, you'll hear a pulsing, that's the oil going to the clutch back, slowly engaging the PTO. I see this little eco mode here, so that means the PTO speed is an economy, so effectively a higher gear, so your PTO will be spinning at 540 at that lower RPM. So for spraying and that, we don't want to be revving the tractor too much. So you see the speed coming up. So this is our 540 in economy. We want to lock that speed, that RPM there, so we get our 540 every time. We just need to simply push the rev button, hold it down, and it's fixed it there at 1660 RPM. We're getting an economy gear, which you can select at the PTO, you're getting your 540. And you drop it off, simply like that. So now we're going to go into to using your combined features. So we're combining your set cruise control and your set RPM. So this will be one of the most used features and will make it so easy to operate. So providing it's so easy to drop back into automotive mode, but just remember, if nothing's working, none of your recalls, just move the hand throttle up a bit, just above the 1000 RPM, and it will change to M, and then you're good to go. So now we're going to push the combined button, and it's come up at the top there our 4 kilometers an hour, which we set earlier, and our 1660 RPM, which will be our true 540 PTO RPM. So it's up on the screen now, means it's all good to go. So all you need to do is select the direction, touch the R button, so your revs are up, and then touch the foot throttle, and it will go up to your 4 kilometers. You do not need your foot on the other foot throttle, it will stay there. And this will cancel if you get off the seat, or push the clutch, or push the brake quite hard, or can also go backwards as well, so you can leave it in combine and just bang it backwards, and it'll go back the other way 4 kilometers. And then to deactivate it normally, you can go to neutral. So we'll do it again, we'll go back to 4 touch. So you'll deactivate it normally like this, just touch the R button when you're finished doing your work, and then it all drops down again, and when you're going into your next row or whatever, you just touch the R button and you're away. So this is a shift in motion technology, so if you're going along and you want to go up a range, you simply push the plus button and it will flash, flash. Providing the conditions are right, there it goes, and it's gone solid, so it's in fourth range now. The feature is that it has downhill braking, so as soon as you get off the throttle, there's no need to touch the foot brake, and it'll simply touch the brakes and slow the drive through down. That's just being in off the throttle, there's no touching the brakes, it's all automatic. The new Tony also has dampening in linkage, which is a really cool feature. This is different to the Uniflex, so it's a different accumulator. So simply when you get out and you want to have some speed with your linkage up, all you need to do is push a button on your draft control. You can come over here, see this little button here, push that in, and your linkage will effectively introduce air into your ram a wee bit, and it will actually have, like, so that's locked at the moment, but as soon as you open up, you'll have this slight movement in the linkage, which is really nice for carrying your implement along the road. So here we have our linkage control panel, the draft control panel. So it all runs off this main lever here. So at the moment it's in this position where it's all locked off at a set height. If you're transporting, say, over the speed on with the implement and want to activate your damping, you need to be in the out position, which is at your set height over here, the set height. And then simply it was on another start, simply you touch the damping button and then it will open the accumulator and the liquid will dampen. So there we have our lock position, with our down position. And here once you go into that feature, one more touch here into your draft control. With your two dials in here. Here we have our rate of drop. The speed the linkage goes down at, depending on how heavy the implement is. So this first big dial is your setup, a set point potentiometer, and this one is your mix potentiometer. And once that's all set up with what you desire, it's very simple. You just simply go up, lock, or down, or in the draft. And then you can also lock. You can lock it in your transport mode so it stays up with damping on. And simply pull it out and then go from there. I hope this video was helpful to you, showing you the features of the TR10900. But I'm only a phone call away. Feel free to contact us if you need any more advice or guidance through the tractor. We're happy to help.